Look, I believe that Nick Caserio has put the Houston Texans right back on track to contend for wins and eventually contend for the playoffs and then eventually contend for a Super Bowl. I don't think this is going to happen overnight for the Houston Texans. I don't see it as a Cincinnati Bengals team who was ass one year, then goes all the way deep into the playoffs year two. I do think it is a process for the Houston Texans. However, Nick Caserio has done a great job with this process. Before I get into that, we are doing the Sign Houston Texans helmet giveaway once I get to 5,000 subscribers. So if you are new to the channel, guys, feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. And answer the question down below is, how do you feel about Nick Caserio's job so far as the Houston Texans GM? And, like I said, I am a big fan of him because look at the things that he's done. Number one, I think he handled the Deshaun Watson trade very, very good. He talked about, when everything finally finished, he talked about having clarity, right? We now knew where Deshaun Watson was going to go. We now know what we got in return, in terms of also how much money we are going to have for the foreseeable future. He is now Cleveland Browns' problem. When you now look at the Cleveland Browns situation right now, Deshaun Watson has been meeting with the NFL. Potentially a suspension will be coming for him. However long that is, I don't know. But any suspension is going to be a W for the Houston Texans. If he is suspended for the year, which I do hope, that is an absolute win for Nick Caserio. That is a top pick in the draft next year. I don't think that Jacoby Brissett's, a good quarterback. I think he gives them 3 to 4 wins next year if Deshaun Watson is out a full season, which, like I said, I hope that he does. That's a crazy situation that Nick set himself with up right there. He creates hella draft capital by trading him away. Now we have $110 million to use next year. When you look at players who are going to be available, right, there's a big need at safety. Jesse Bates, he hasn't signed a deal with the Bengals yet. He is going to be a free agent next year. With the money that we now have, we no longer feel handicapped, right? With the draft that just happened, a lot of the national media are giving Nick Caserio praise for what he did, and Stingley and Green and Mechie and Christian Harris, Damian Pierce, look, and so on and so forth. Austin Decklius. This draft was rated a top 10 draft by some NFL analysts. I do think they gave us the highest I saw was 7, the lowest was 8. And that is a good thing to hear. We know that with Bill O'Brien, he had no personnel experience whatsoever. We knew that he was trying to be Bill Belichick. It was just trying to be a complete copy. That didn't work out. Nick Caserio, when he is here, you feel like we have someone who's capable of rebuilding this football team. I didn't feel that with the previous head coach. And, with the draft that he had now, with the draft that he had last year, and bringing in Davis Mills and Nico Collins and Roy Lopez and Brevin Jordan, Nick Caserio so far has been rebuilding the Houston Texans just the way that he has wanted it. It's not maybe the players that we want. It's not maybe how fast it is that we want. But this is the way that Nick Caserio wants to go. When you look at Davis Mills' situation, this year is Davis Mills versus Davis Mills. If Davis Mills doesn't show that he could be a franchise quarterback, if he shows that he didn't progress in any way, shape, or form, there are two quarterbacks coming out next year, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, who are not going out of the top 5. Any of these two could be number 1. Once one goes number 1, the other one is going to go shortly. These are 2 very high draft profile quarterbacks that the Houston Texans has not had an option to since David Carr. Every time the Houston Texans have got it close to the number 1 overall pick or have the number 1 overall pick, it's been Jadeveon Clowney, it's been Mario Williams, it's been just this year, right, Derek Stingley. Every time we have a high draft pick, there is never a high value quarterback there for the taking. That's why I love this Mills versus Mills. When you look at the veterans that he's brought back, Brandon Cooks, that was someone that needs to be here for this locker room to put people on the way, on the Lovie Smith train, on the Pep Hamilton train. When you look at that situation also, Nick Caserio potentially has his next has his next head coach, and that is Pep Hamilton. What is year 2 going to look like with Pep and Davis Mills? All these stuff that we're talking about is all done by Nick Caserio, and this is all just showing that he has a plan. But the question that I ask you guys is, do you think he has done a good job or not? As always, you guys let me know. You guys have a very blessed day. Go Texans.